watch fans? Today we're looking at an Audemars Piguet that definitely runs the race. This one, actually the Rubens, yes, the Rubens Barrichello is the piece that we're going to be looking at today. And it is one that has reached the podium, as you can see. And I think that they did a fantastic job in the design and actually celebrating someone who has done a fantastic job throughout his Formula One racing career. Now, the Rubens Barrichello is done in 18 karat rose gold. And that's something that I really like because when you actually put that with that black ceramic, I feel like it gives this very rich look to it. And it can be one that gives that sport to dress look. So whether you're wearing a suit or maybe you're just out on the beach or on vacation with the family, this is one of those pieces that really stands out. Being limited edition, that just adds to the fun of it, and being able to have that back monogrammed, which we'll show you shortly, that is one of those fun things as well. Now, for a lot of people, they may say, well, who is Rubens? Rubens is one of those racers who in 1993 definitely created his own position. And when he came into the Formula One racing world, set a standard as a young driver. I mean, we're talking a 20-year-old at that time who automatically started setting his place, actually even becoming a partner with Schumacher by 2000. And he is one of the only people in history that raced both Schumacher brothers. Now, at that time, one was a teammate and the other was actually opposition. But he got in a position where he had to outgun both of them to secure the third place position in that race. That alone is one of those feats that I would say, hey, you deserve to be on the podium and you should have a watch that is just as amazing on the podium with you as well. With over 11 wins, 68 podiums, I mean, this guy definitely set a standard and became one of those who actually put a place in our hearts when it came to Formula One racing. And he has done so and continues to do so. He is one of the most loved drivers, and I think that this watch really stands out for him. Now, when we look a little bit closer into the dial and look at the watch itself, we can see a lot of fun features. One of the details that I really like on this one is the 60-second counter on this one. So for your running 60 seconds, it's a little bit different on this watch. The reason that I say that, if you notice, there's very detailed in each second being actually marked, so you can actually see more accuracy. I think that that's really fun when we're talking about a racer, and then the dial itself actually gives you those fine detailed lines where you can see more accurate to the second of where you are on your dial itself. That is something that is really cool and really fun. And it's done in the running seconds, not actually on the timer. So when you're using the watch, I have a lot of guys or a lot of young ladies too who call in and they're looking at the accuracy. I will always tell you, please, this is an automatic or a manual watch. So remember, because it's mechanical, don't try to compare when you're actually comparing any quartz or with your iPhone or Android or anything else. Let the two be separated. Enjoy horology for what it is, for the actual watchmaking for what it is. It's okay if it's not absolutely accurate. That was not what it was built for. Remember, it was built before electricity was something that we all had. So enjoy the watchmaking for what it is. But to have a watch that really breaks it down and shows you so that you can see the accuracy, that's something you should enjoy when that watchmaker puts there, because they put that there for a reason. So with the chronograph itself, again, remember, on your sides, your start and stop are going to be your top pushers, whereas we're going to reset at the bottom. In the center, this is your crown with that beautiful AP logo. This is actually where you do your watch setting for timing, for adjusting the date. Everything else is going to be controlled here. So when you receive your watch, remember, always give it a good 60 turns. On this piece, I would maybe even do more, simply because I want to make sure that the power reserve is completely full. And with a watch this size and with these kind of features, I want to maximize the opportunity to get the correct time. And I need to do that by winding it properly as well as wearing it properly, because both of those things will affect the time. And this is one that I feel you should definitely allow to speed its way right into your watch case, because it is something that is very unique, very different. At 46 millimeters, this is one of those pieces too that you can enjoy when we look at how the actual heat-treated rubber strap is placed on it as well. It does give a nice contour. So if you do have a smaller wrist, actually having that will help. And then I do love the fact that it is going to be one of those deployments that you don't actually have to worry about, because it's not a tang. You're not trying to hold it so close to your body. You can just enjoy the fact that it is a fold-over clasp. and it gives a nice crisp sound when it closes. Also with that ceramic bezel, it's something that never discolors. The ceramic is going to be a little bit more scratch resistant for you as well. That's a feature that I feel is really fun too to have. And with those 8 screws that we all know for AP, this Royal Oak Offshore definitely sets itself on the stage, and it should be placed on the podium forever. Tell us what you think in the comments below here at SwissWatch Expo.